Now, we're going to learn how to use version control with Visual Studio Code. Version control means you do work this hour, you check in the code, it's all saved nicely. You can even say, that is my first attempt. Okay? After that, you come back from lunch, you do some more work, and now you can do two things. You can say, what have I changed since what I did in the morning? Right? And the second thing you can do is that, okay, here are the things I did today, submit that. And tomorrow, you continue your work, and you're like, wait, the thing I did after lunch was rubbish. You know, I want to go to my fresh code in the morning so I can just reset and just forget about what I did yesterday afternoon. You can do that too. Okay? And for example, then you later on you can ask someone else to write code for you, and they add some files to your project. You know, you can decide how to merge the changes together. You can decide whether to just throw away his code, say undo his work, and this is something that allows working together smoothly. Right? With Microsoft Word, have you tried working on Microsoft Word together in the past? Open a doc file. Do you really remember who did what? It's not easy. Microsoft allows you to write some comments, say, can you make changes here? Then you switch to Google Docs, and you make some changes, that person makes some changes, but you can go and see version history. And then you can see different highlights, different colors. It's done by different people. So all of you have Visual Studio Code this way. Close the project folder. When you open Visual Studio Code again, you see the welcome screen, and there's no files or folder open yet. You raise, give me a thumbs up if you're good, and then give me a thumbs, like side down or down thumb if you need help. Fantastic. So close the project, close this folder. I want you to start fresh. Okay, so it's like that. And there's nothing here, right? Okay, so we're going to do this open folder thing. Everyone have that, right? Thumbs up, you see the open folder? I'm to create a new folder. So I'm going to create a folder called new folder here. You can choose where you want it to be. I can put it normally. I have a code folder inside my home folder, but you can go to your documents or desktop maybe. So call it, for example, desktop, and I'm going to call this called practice, right? Practice Git is my folder. Okay, so everyone go and create this folder. Click open folder on the left hand side, and then inside that little dialog, create a new folder. Maybe choose your desktop. Excellent. And create a practice Git folder. Okay, so click on desktop there. Fantastic. And with this case, you need to right click and create a folder. So use this practice Git, right? New folder. You do that. Right click. And then after that, you can select it. You stop talking. Alright. New folder. Okay, so now maybe practice Git. You're all good with practice Git? And now I press create. I should be able to start my Visual Studio Code with this folder. Think about it as a project. A folder is like a project. So if you have used some other advanced integrated development environment, IDE, they have this workspace, project, and they're all different, different folders. With Visual Studio Code, we keep it really simple, right? We open a folder and that is our project, as simple as that. On the left hand side, there's nothing here, okay? I need to create a new file. So I'm going to create a new file, maybe, I'm going to call my file, let's say, to-do dot, oh look, it's kind of nice, it can recognize this the to-do file. I'm just going to do it like maybe .txt or yeah, it's to-do.txt. This is a standard text file format. Are we good? Do you have in this txt? I want you to write 3 things that we're going to do. So, for example, I use this syntax. This is just a hyphen. I use, this is square bracket for the item I haven't done. So I'm saying create a new folder, right? My second task is that, create a file named to-do.txt. My third task is that, mark some items in to-do.txt as done. Okay? Actually, before that is that, add a few to-do items. Okay? In to-do.txt. Can we all do that in this text file? Feel free to come up with your own creative to-do items. Just have more than one. Fantastic. So, you can write it in Spanish or any other languages. I don't care. What we have done so far is create a new folder. So you know how to go into a folder to start a project. Create a new file by clicking this new file icon, and then prepare some content. And now please save the file. Okay, leave everything as unchecked. Leave everything is unchecked. Okay, because we haven't done anything. No, pretend that we haven't created this, right? Okay, so save it. If you can turn on autosave, which just autosave like 2 seconds after you make changes, it's quite convenient. I don't like that very much. So I use a different way, don't worry. Then, what we're going to do is to learn this thing, okay? Source control. I have one file, and now I go into source control. Give me a thumbs up if you're there. Give me a thumbs up if you know what to do next. Keep the thumbs down, no? You know what to do next, I'm just kidding. So, great, for example, source control here. This is different. When you first starting out, you need to initialize the repository, right? I'm going to say, you see this message? It means every time you go here to check in, right? Your code. It's like, I'm taking a break. I need to save my backup, something like that. And you're going to write a message. For example, I say, I can just say this is my first attempt or first. It's very often people write the very first thing. Every time you check it, it's called commit, right? So you might write as first commit. I don't like it very much. It sounds freaking obvious. So I'll just do something like, create a to-do.txt. It's like, I explained what I just did. Okay? Now, unfortunately, you may be pretty confused. I create this, and so what? I can't do anything. Because right now, the project, or the folder, is not set up to do this yet. So you need to do this. Initialize repository. So click that. Click initialize repository, and then you should be able to see something like a V-tick up here. I don't think you have Git installed yet. Lloyd, Selene doesn't have Git installed yet. You don't have her install Git. It's in the requirements for bootcamp. You need to remind everyone to install Git. So you see the tick? Tick. Fantastic. So you go ahead and obviously you guys feel free to just go ahead if you feel the file on there and press enter here now, right? I think I command enter is enter is like you can write multiple lines here, but command enter is like submitting it, or I think you can click the V, and this is fine. Would you like to automatically stage all your changes and blah blah? For now, you can click yes. Probably okay with always as well. I don't like doing always, right? Because I need to know exactly what it's trying to do. But if this is all just magic to you, don't worry about it yet, right? So click yes. Boom, right? So it's all seem like everything just disappear. But the difference is now, you see changes? It says 0. Yeah? Say 0. So from now on, what I just did is that I asked someone to go and take a snapshot. It's like take a picture of everything as is, and then the next time, if anything that's been moved or changed, I'll know. So let's go here and mark a few things as done. What have we done? Insert the X here. I created a new folder. I created a file, and I add this. Oh wow, this is cool. Mark some. This is great. Okay, and then I add another items like, for example, check in a new version. Okay, so I create a new to-do item and I mark this item as done. Are we good? Do that and save the file. After you've saved the file, you see something that pops up over here on the left. So let's say number 1. See, yes, right? That is the beautiful part. Click on that thing that asks for your attention, the fork symbol. Click on the fork symbol, and you see this, right? Give me a thumbs up if you see the same thing that I see on the screen. You see that it showed me what file has been changed, and show me the little M. Who can guess what M stands for? Musketeer. It stands for modified. The file has been modified. Later, if you add a new file, it's called, you see A is added. So it's cool, right? So modified. And then if you click on this file, it shows you what has been modified. Alright, can you do that for me and see if you see that?
It says you.
You mean
start doing any of this, we actually save that.
you means it's not added to the project yet. So it's like the police come in and check if you have all this paperwork. The next time they come and check, they either see changes on the existing paperwork or they see some new stuff. And new stuff is like known, but it's called unstaged. So it's not put in the stage yet. So a stage, anything that's staged, a file or folder, it means it's now tracked for changes. Anything that's new, the only state that will be like moving the entire file into that. Right? But you guys see that? Isn't that incredibly useful? Sublime doesn't have this. And you see the red thing here is exactly what it is. This is how we work together. Your friend pull up your files, make some changes, and they go to sleep without telling you. They push it up and you wake up, pull up the file down and say, oh, I see, you just finished a few tasks for me. Yes, all good, right? Now, this is where you can decide, I don't like your changes. I can go back. Obviously, that's not something you do all the time. So, discard changes is very dangerous, right? If you click this, it'll reset to the old version. What you normally do is you look at the second one, stage changes. So stage is like, there's a stage and there's something off stage. Off stage is the unstaged, the files that you haven't been observing. Things that are staged, now it's ready to be committed. So I'm going to stage this file. When you do that, did you see that? No more red and green because the thing that's staged already, I accept that as the latest snapshot. It's the latest copy I have. Can you guys press the stage? button. Did you guys see the plus? You all have it under plus? And now you can unstage it if you like. See this? And then when you unstage, things get back to that situation where the old version is this, the new version is this. So when something is unstaged, you can still see the difference between the old version and new version. When something is staged here, it goes to state changes. So you may have some other files here, but in this case I only have one. Looks good. It's staged. It means everything is sort of ready for you to type this message. See, that's command enter to commit, I think, or you can just click this here. So I'm going to say mark a few items done, right? It's done. So this is the second thing that I just did to my project. So I'm going to do command enter, and then everything goes to 0. No more changes. Can you all show me that you did that? Yes. Fantastic. All done. You feel like, it's like so anticlimactic. I did all of that and then all I see is nothing now. Nothing means your project is clean for you to make new changes, right? Let's practice one more time. Let's go back to the file here, and then I will add one more thing, is like ask at least one question about this, this the Git thing, right? And maybe I will, for example, for me here will be, make another commit, okay? So I already I checked in a new version, I just did that. I haven't asked any question. I am making another commit, so I'm cheating a little bit. I just mark myself as done there. And I keep one more as undone. So I save it. Save the file, and I go to, you see the number 1 here. It means one file has been changed. So when you're doing your weekly work, daily work, you may have more than one, 2, 3, 4 files. So when you go there, this is your one file that has been changed, number 1 here, and the file is modified as usual. And then you just see, oh, look, interesting. I don't know why it has this like little S here, but sometimes not super perfect, but it still can track that. Okay, I marked to change and I added more to-do tasks. Let's do it one more time. And this time my message will be a few more. Right? Command enter or control enter on Windows. Obviously, here's the difference, guys. So if you look at the screen here, you see that when I press the message, when I enter the message and I commit, okay, and you see this, I pressed it. It asks there are no unstaged changes to commit. Do we start to understand why it showed me this alert? What did we not do this time?
We didn't.
Yes?
We didn't press the plus. We didn't
Absolutely. You see that there's nothing that says stage changes. It only says changes. When you commit, normally it only tries to commit stage changes. So if you change file A, file B, file C, and you only stage the changes in file A, you press the plus next to file A, and the other files you still leave there. You are able to only commit what you want, not everything.
Sometimes you'll create something, but you're not ready to push it. You're not ready to give it to other people. So when you stage something, you say, "Hey, these are the files I'm prepared to give to other people." So so that's what the purpose of staging. You're saying,
kind of control that. But it's confusing for new people, right? It's like when I want to study something, it should just all go there. So there's this option that say, would you like to automatically stage all your changes and commit them directly? Well, this is okay if you say always, right? If you say yes, it means this time only, next time please warn me again. This time, please do this plus thing for me. Okay? On all the files, there's only one. And so I say yes. Okay? I don't want to say always because what happens if I accidentally have a love letter saved in my project? And then the name of,
Everybody does.
Donald Trump and I don't know, Rihanna, all of that, the people I hang out with, show up in the text file. That's not what I want to be seen when I pass you the project, right? So I say yes here. It's sort of nice to be able to take 2 steps with one thing, which is just, hey, stage it for me, okay? So I call this like, get some more, done, right? So the way you write the commit message is like writing your email or sending a text message to your friend. You keep it very informative. Here's the convention. I would just advise you to never change this to like past tense, like did something, got something. So, like, duh, of course, you explain what you did. You don't explain what you will do, right? So just change it to present tense. Simple, right? Because imagine if you use past tense, tomorrow you use the present tense, and then it's all like inconsistent. And second, you see how this is very short? Don't just like write some sentence that is like extremely long and hard to understand. You can write like this, 1 line, just like sending an email to a friend. Have you ever sent a subject that is like 2 lines long? Very rare, right? So this is your subject line. Sometimes you press enter, and go down here, explain a little bit. I think I'm getting that this, for example, this is the body of your email, right? This is the body of your email. Let's try this here. I'm gonna try. This is a demo, right? I am explaining that the 3rd line of my commit onwards is part of my a body. It's like a part of an email body, right? So this is when you write a commit, but you're very careful describing what you do in this project so far. This is good practice. So for people who are busy, they only read the first line. It's like you scan your email, archive, no need to read, spam, right? But for people who's like, I value your work, I'm gonna better them read all your files, and then they look at the files and they're like, okay, this is freaking complicated. Alright, then they go look at the commit messages again and they see your explanation. They can go back. Yes.
If I wanted to see all the previous messages, like
Absolutely.
how do I do that?
Yeah, let's try. I haven't done that here, but let's try. So I'm sending this commit, right? I already wrote the previous commit, so I cannot commit anything here to demo this 3rd one. Let me just do that one more time. Here I have one task that is called demo how to write a long commit message, right? Okay, so I mark this as done. I go into this over here and I can finally, let's maintain this good practice. Don't make Visual Studio Code, add all the stage. I'm gonna stage the change myself, under state changes, and now I'm gonna commit. Boom, okay, good. How many commit messages have I done?
3.
Probably 3 or 4, I don't remember anymore. Maybe that's not that important. But then I need to show them, right? Let me see how to show all the git log, I guess. Okay, so I may be able to show you a different way, but for now, open the terminal. Open the terminal. Go back to your code. Open the terminal. Raise, give me a thumbs up if you guys are here. Open terminal and type git. If you type git, are you able to see a lot of text? I'm not asking you to read them.
Yeah.
You are? Now, then you type git log. Wow. That is our achievement so far. So, for those of you who say I did 4 commits, you were right. You said 3 and you're off by 1. Tell me no. Yes. So, no, not this debug. So the other one. Let's ignore it for now. I think. Did you see? Do you remember the run code thing? Yes. Run code. So I think it's like run code or something. It's funny. So it's all good. It's called stop. Stop program. And then, doesn't.
So that's also an article that's history
Here's
of
the
changes that we
type git log.
right?
Yes.
And it's
ran, but it's down. It's probably
there's probably gonna have tens of thousands of lines of
It
code.
looks like you were
Thousands
making
of
a lot of
lines,
changes.
right? So it's gonna be
Yeah.
very important
And then, but it's all the same stuff.
so that we can
Because
figure
here I
out how
have create, mark
the
the stuff.
how
Get
the
out.
code has changed.
And here, mark windows.
And that's this is what's
Yeah, you
As well as
somehow it's circular right now. That's really strange. I've never seen something like this before. Git log.
I don't know if
Hey, that's it.
this is what they called it. I don't know.
That's it.
I
No, you just basically when you type git log it's done. So you really want to be like extra sure, press stop again.
Okay, so maybe, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Good. Yeah. You only made 2 changes, 2 minutes. Thumbs up if you get this git log. Thumbs up if you understand what it says.
For the most part.
Isn't that cool? You basically now have a logbook of what you've been doing. And my format is a little different. I have changed it so that I can see everything in one line each. This is the importance of writing a subject line. You see that? But you can always display and show more.
Later on, you just
Okay?
customize, Google customize,
Yes.
Git.
Now, next step is to use, this is a bit more complicated now, to use GitHub. Can some, are you guys logged in on GitHub? So I cannot show you the GitHub homepage that I have yet. Let me just do that. Go to GitHub and it'll look like this, right? github.com/new, and then I'm going to call my project. Normally I call it the same way as I have over here, practice git, right? Practice git. I normally name it the same folder, and then here I will call it, for example, this is a demo of how to use on how to use Git with VSCode that I'm using in class. Okay, so I just leave it as a public repo because I have no confidential information here. You need a paid account to be able to use private. And then I create a repository. So the idea now is that I can bring what I've been doing locally online. Okay? Give me a thumbs up if you get to this screen. Wow, fantastic, super fast. Awesome. You don't really need to explain too much down there in the description. Go ahead and create the project. Just click new. No need that initialize. No, don't check the initialize thing, right? Okay.
So create a new.
You there? What you're looking at, I need you to read this thing, right? We're doing it in this order. I need you to read this. What it's saying is, it's giving you 2 commands for you to run. For you to push the changes from here to here. And so, go to the first line, click 3 times, okay? 1, 2, 3. So the triple click to select the line, go to the terminal, paste it, and press enter. And you should see no complaints, no errors, right? Go to the terminal, that's run code, that's different. Terminal.
So what you just did is we said, hey,
Control back
when
thing.
I push
Control
this
J,
repository,
that's Control J.
that is where I want it to go.
Control J.
So when we say push code,
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
what we're saying is,
Okay, that's your
okay,
terminal.
when I
Click the
get
terminal.
code somewhere else,
Alright,
this is where
now paste.
this is the address I want to
This is the place where you could type
this
it
website,
on.
this user.
Okay, for those of you who are already there, click the triple click on the second command and paste it. And watch what happens. Oh my God, you have it all set up.
Okay, there you go.
So it all works. And go for you, Oscar, go back here and refresh the browser, right? And play around with the what you see on the screen here. You see how Oscar, you see this thing?
Yeah.
That's pretty much an email and subject body. And this convention that's why it's actually very important for team collaboration. Git push.
Get log.
Are you able to
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Next time you're connected to logs. So okay, so now we use this right here. What we just did is say, hey, for this folder, whenever I want to
So you
put
need to
code
be able
somewhere else,
to
this is where I want it to go.
access.
You can see that it goes to this website, it goes to GitHub, you go to this user, and then it says, hey, I want the code to go to this exact folder.
So you want to be able to
So on Git, folders are called repos,
So let's see.
repositories.
do you have
Repository is like a place where you put stuff. Repository.
there is a file here. If you don't have this file, then you have to generate the new key first. So follow the
It's
instructions.
not the same one yet, no. Now we have to push our code there. So right now you just set it up.
Okay.
Say, hey, good. This is where I want it to. This is where I want it to go.
You now need the
So
username
now
and password of Git. So username that you have on this website, yeah.
Git push.
That's strange. This is Git app. Okay. So let's change this to
Oh, because you don't have a user. Well, what's your username for that account? So your GitHub. In the big your username. Okay, so go ahead and put that in. And then your password too, probably. Yeah, not password. Yeah. See, it says so right there. It says username.
okay. Let's try it again. Okay. Git remote. Here, this is the important part, guys. Actually, for most of you, you don't want to use this Git at GitHub, but you want to do the HTTP version. Unfortunately,
Okay.
I cannot go back to that.
Type in your name. No. Use it up. Press up.
I'm going to show you this one.
No, press up. Okay.
Okay. Make sure you choose HTTPS here.
Hit enter.
It's just easier,
Hit enter.
not SSH, okay? And then so when you copy the lines, it will ask for username and password, and you go to them.
Yeah, I've done that. Then type in your password.
Fantastic. So you
It's
go
not
back
going
here
to show.
and
You
refresh
type
the
in your
browser.
password.
You see 4 commits there. You can see what you have to do with it. You can click on each commit and see details. So there's one more bit that I did not show this now,
And then you're
is that if you choose HTTPS rather than SSH, it's a little easier to set things up. Your computer is already set up. But then when people add this as the Git URL, when they push, they enter username and password. If they set the SSH version, then they need a different way to authenticate the computer.
Right.
That's the SSH keys, which is harder to set up for beginners. Okay. All right. Give me thumbs up if you are able to get to push to Git. Your Git push successfully. Write a few cool commits. They're all done.
Yeah,
Alright.
we got the pushes.
So yeah, you guys can help Sinead afterwards. Okay. So
So what just happened? I'm sorry.
yeah, no, go ahead.
I'm sorry. So what you guys just did, right, is you took the code from your computer, and then you said, hey, and then you pushed it. You gave it to GitHub. You said, hey, hold on to this code for me.
For those of you who are here,
It's
click
still-
around a
you
little
still
bit
have your code,
so you can see how
They copy
exactly
it.
what happens in
You
each
can
commit.
copy it, right?
It's easier to browse here. When you go into a commit, you can
Okay, now
choose
practice
between the
Git.
split
Practice Git.
and the unified differing,
And now you can see
view,
the code is right there.
right?
How did you get there?
The code exists
Click
there.
on the
So now they
commit
have a copy, right?
title on the left.
See all your code right
Ah,
there.
okay.
And then now you can share this
Okay.
with people.
And so there's a unified
London,
versus split
wherever
view,
else, they now see your code.
right?
Nice.
So you don't, everything you've been doing is under one branch. It's a master branch. But imagine if you and I work on the same project. You work on your own branch, I work on my branch. You work on one feature, I name the branch feature name, and then I work on another feature, and we can all merge back to master.
Exactly.
And then Git automatically detect the people who work on it, because when you submit something, it's like you're sending an email to Git, right? So it shows up as contributors here. Okay?
One question that's not really connected, but I'm just curious.